According to reports, police in Florida have uncovered a second sex tape involving the Embattled Moms for Liberty founder Bridget Ziegler. Now, her husband, Christian Ziegler, is of course being investigated after a woman claims that she was sexually assaulted by Mr. Ziegler, who is, for the record, still the chair of the Florida Republican Party, although he's been stripped of his authority and had his salary reduced down to $1. But it's the investigation into Mr. Ziegler that uncovered this second sex tape involving Bridget Ziegler and another woman. It is unclear, because the video has not been released for very obvious reasons. It's unclear if the woman in the video is the same woman that Ziegler and her husband were having a three-way relationship with, or if it is in fact a different woman. But again, this is the second one, which is interesting because I didn't even know that they had a first video. So why does this matter? Well, it matters because, as I said, Bridget is the co-founder of Moms for Liberty. She started all of this Moms for Liberty garbage across the country. Moms for Liberty has been on a crusade, especially down here in Florida, where Bridget Ziegler actually serves on the Sarasota County School Board. Get to that in a moment. But they have been banning books left and right, including literary classics, because we can't have kids reading anything that they could construe as sexual. And then, of course, and obviously nothing gay at all. And then she goes off, allegedly, and is having an affair with another woman along with her husband. Look, I'm totally fine if it's a consensual relationship. You know, have relations with whoever you want, regardless of gender. That doesn't bother me one bit. What bothers me is when you try to legislate what other people are even allowed to read about relationships that do not even involve sexual activity. The hypocrisy is obviously overwhelming, but the damage that this woman, Bridget Ziegler, has done, not just in Florida, but across the country, is incalculable. They started this movement to ban books, to try to legislate the LGBT community, TQ community out of existence. And this is what they're doing in their spare time. That's what pisses me off the most about it. So obviously, as I said, Bridget is a school board member in Sarasota County, Florida. About a week or so ago, the school board voted unanimously, with the exception of Ziegler's vote, to call for her to resign. She refused to resign, doesn't want to step down from the school board. I'm going to stay up here and do all this, even as my husband's being investigated for sexual assault. And, you know, there's videotapes of me having relations with another woman, but let's keep banning books that say gay. And now that there's a second tape confirmed by police, maybe that'll be the bridge too far. Maybe that'll be the straw that broke the camel's back, right? But it doesn't matter if she gets booted off that school board or not. The damage that this individual and her husband and the politicians they support, the damage they've done is done. So she could lose her job, she could keep her job. Her legacy, unfortunately, is going to definitely outlive her career. And that is what is so devastating about this story.